I need to shoot a spontaneous video here. I'll tie it all in where it makes sense. The short of the long of it, kind of. When I was 5 years old, my father was a pastor in Wasion, Ohio, and one of the families knew the Blackwood Brothers, um, which was a gospel quartet, very famous at the time, based out of Tennessee. And they sang at the church. And I remember the music so vividly, the harmonies, the rhythms, and the feelings of the music. It made a huge impression on me, I think, as a musician, because at that time I was learning how to be one and didn't even necessarily realize it, 5 years old. And fast forward to right after 9/11, there were a series of documentaries on, I believe, ABC. They were running different programming uh, because of 9/11, right? That people were still kind of shocked from the whole thing. And so there was a series of documentaries that ABC had done with Peter Jennings, and one came on as I was doing something in my room in Indianapolis. It was about Memphis, and I thought, oh, this is interesting because, I was always been very interested in of course, Elvis and Jerry Lee and Sun Records, all that, the music stuff, and let alone the, Dr. Martin Luther King and then the Stax Records, the history of that city. And I actually had gotten to visit it in the 90s, and it was a wonderful experience, hanging out with Jerry Lee Lewis and seeing Graceland and all this kind of stuff, but not being able to go in. That's a long story, but there, in this documentary, this about Memphis, here's James Blackwood, a guy that I met when I was 5 years old in Wasion, Ohio. And he was explaining how Elvis Presley considered the Blackwood Brothers Quartet to be his all-time favorite group of any kind of music. And I just was like, wow. I flashed back to when I was 5 years old and realized I met that man, and I got exposed to Elvis Presley's favorite group of any kind of music. So no wonder I'm so passionate about music, and I love, doing what I'm doing. Anyway, fast forward again. Lisa Marie Presley passes away, and I did a story about her on KPFK FM for the news show, and I just kind of tapped into this morning, as it happened. Well, not as it happened. Right after it happened, I guess. It happened earlier in the day today, January 22nd. Her memorial service at Graceland. And once again, I flash back to these times because here's James Blackwood Jr. with the new version of the quartet, and they're singing, a couple of Elvis's favorite songs, which I grew up with, "How Great Thou Art" and "Sweet, Sweet Spirit." And it's just one of those things that takes you back. It's more of a celebration of life and music, but I had to share this moment because it just has a special meaning for me. And so have a great day wherever you are, and God bless you all. And of course, the Presley family, thinking about you today, and all the families that have lost loved ones. But we also should celebrate life. And that is the main reason for me doing this video. Thank you for watching and listening. Until next time.